Hello, everyone. LJ Young for That Ain't My Dad. Oh crap, let me turn that off. I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance trainer, or personal finance educator. Excuse me. I'm mixing up my I'm mixing up my workout training with educating. All right, so today is nothing specific, more of a random thought. Um, just to uh, Sometimes thoughts come into my head when I think about when I was in debt. Let me put this camera down just a little bit. And before, when I was in debt versus how I thought about debt versus how I am debt free. And I've noticed, I understand how powerful debt is. Debt is powerful. It is really powerful. And when I say powerful, I mean like this. What other, sorry, I can show somebody, I can add up their debt, right? And I can show them that their finances are in the negative, and they have a little bit of money in the bank. Say like they had $10,000 in the bank and $100,000 in student loans. I'll put those together and say, hey, you are negative $80,000. You have no money. A person will look right back at me and say, that's not true. I have $10,000. And when I think about those moments, I think that is powerful. That is powerful mind conditioning. It blows my mind when I think about it. And that's not, and when I say that, it's not talking about nobody in debt. It's talking about about myself. You know, when I was in debt, I can't believe I didn't see that. It, that is powerful, powerful conditioning. And it's like, when I think about all the cars I financed, right? And it was normal. It was just the thing to do. Never once did I take the time to realize using credit, I was always going to pay more for things than what they were worth. And I could not figure out why I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had no idea. And I'm a smart dude. All right. College educated, college degree. You know, and I'm not saying that to be a smart ass or anything. I'm just saying college degree, computer engineering job, all that. Just to prove to the world I'm smart. You know, I'm a cloud engineer, right? But yet I kept my student loan for 10 years. That makes absolutely no sense. Why didn't I see that? I have no idea. And that's the that I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's when you become debt free, you reflect. Now, had I reflected at 20 something, it wouldn't be so bad. I'd be like, "Oh, crap, okay, I got time," you know. But when you get older and think about it, you realize I realize now that being in debt, I was wasting valuable wealth building time. Being in debt meant I wasn't moving up financially anywhere. I wasn't moving financially forward anywhere. Credit made me feel like I was moving forward. It just made me feel like that. And what I always tell everybody, and I'm not down in banks. I always try to say that straight off the bat. Banks are in the business of making money. And if you understand this, you can work with them too and make money as well. If they're not a big bad guy, okay? They're in the business of making money. They understand not to mix feelings with money. I remember hearing that younger, don't mix your feelings with your money. Kind of understood it, kind of, but now I fully understand it. Never, ever. I think about all the times I mixed my feelings with my money, I always lost money. Every time I put my feelings into it, I always lost money. Every time. Why I didn't see that? I have no idea why I didn't see that. But I see it clear, crystal clear today. Never mix your feelings with your money. Because credit made me feel like I was financially progressing. A high credit score made me feel like I was financially doing something when I owned absolutely nothing. How I did not see that, I have no idea, but I do understand now. The mind, the conditioning. It's powerful. It's very powerful. And for you guys to understand that are in debt and want to kind of get an idea of how powerful this is, think about it, how powerful and how rare it is. Okay. Imagine, okay, I'm debt free, 100% debt free. I owe nobody on earth a dime. Okay. I'm a regular human being. Okay. I'm not nobody special. I don't have millions of dollars. I had a regular job. I just used that regular job to pay it off. Um, Ask 10 of your friends, anybody, it doesn't even matter. It don't even have to be your friends. Ask 10 people, are you debt free? And you tell me how many of them will say, how many of them will say yes. And then I want you to go to 20 and ask the same question. Are you debt free? And many people will say things differently. Oh, I'm debt free except the student loan. I'm debt free except the house. I'm debt free except for this. It all counts. It doesn't matter what it is. Debt is debt. It doesn't matter what it is. Debt is debt. Okay? And why they say student loan, I get it because I remember saying the same thing because it was so big, I couldn't imagine ever paying it off. That's why I always said, hey, everything except the student loan, everything except the house. Little did I know I was putting a cap on myself, and I didn't know it because everybody around me did the exact same thing. For the first time in my life, after 40 years, my finances are in the black. I wasted a lot of time. And I can't help but get on here to help people understand how powerful this is. And it's just math. Let me give you another. I'm gonna give you guys a tool that you can use for yourself. For people, because people that are in debt, they really don't understand money, or else they wouldn't be in debt. And that's not. When I say these things, I want you to understand. When I tell you these things, try to keep your feelings out of it. I'm not talking about you in any way. The only thing I'm saying is mathematically. That's it, just mathematically. If you add up all your debt and it's in the negative, that is your net worth. Period. And when you see that number, it's to scare the living crap out of you. To understand that you owe some entity that much money. All that money, think of it this way, all that money that you haven't even earned yet. You haven't even earned it yet. You haven't even earned that much money. You know why you haven't earned? Because you're in the negative. So you haven't even earned that much money. You got to earn that much money to get out of that situation, right? The money that you keep in debt, every time you make some money over here, it's allocated already to that. Indirectly, directly, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's going to come to that source, that thing, that entity that you owe this money to. Sorry. And that's a pressure on you that you live with every day that you get accustomed to. And I'm saying that because that's exactly what I did. I got accustomed to having debt because I thought everybody had debt. Anyway, what I'm gonna give you a tool to when you're looking for financial advice. Imagine you're looking for financial advice, and since you don't know about money, you don't know what questions to ask. You don't know who to ask. You don't know who's really financial experts. And let me tell you this, okay? First of all, money is spoken in two languages: debt and debt free. If you only been in debt all your life, you only know of debt. You only speak debt. You only know how to. You only not. Most people in debt have no idea that debt free even exists. Have no idea. Don't even believe it's possible. They're already in your mind, and some people do not know. I didn't know. All right, and so now since I've become debt free, I can hear money totally different now. I hear it totally different. So now when I hear these so-called financial experts that are just throwing all these percentages and numbers out there all the time, now I listen to them. I can tell if they're coming from a debt perspective or debt-free perspective. Easy. It's easy to tell. I'm not saying they don't know what they're talking about, but they're coming from one or the other perspective, debt perspective or debt-free perspective. Usually the ones that are coming from debt perspectives usually say there's such thing as good and bad debt. That is not true. Debt is simply debt. Okay? It's not good, it's not bad, it's debt. When you think about good or bad, you're adding your feelings in it. Take your feelings out of it. Oh, there's good debt, there's good debt, there's bad debt. Your feeling, those are feelings. Take your feelings out of it. Debt is debt. Period. Now, when you go see a financial advisor, this is all you have to do. One thing. Get online, check your credit report, add up your total debt. Add it up. Usually it's in a big number as soon as you sign in, like on creditkarma.com or something like that, right? Just sign in, sign up, whatever. And as soon as you sign in, you'll see your big debt number, right? You don't even have to, some people don't even want to look at the credit report. Just look at the debt number, okay? Now you got that number in your head. Now go see your financial advisor, this person that's going to teach, because a lot of people in debt want to invest, right? But this is what I want you to do. Get this number, no one in your head, and print it out, whatever, right? And go to your investor, okay? Your financial investor. And if your investor says, hey, uh, well, let me take one step back. If you know you're in a negative, say like you found out you're negative 80,000 in the hole, okay? You're negative 80,000. I'm gonna just give an example. Now you go see your investors and you go, hey, I'm looking to invest. What should I do? Right? And if this person just looks at your paycheck, right? And said, you should invest in retirement, you should invest in stocks, you should invest in mutual funds, you should do this, you should do that, and it'll grow, and it'll 6%, and they'll start throwing all these numbers out. Now you're coming to see them because you don't know about money. So when you hear those numbers and percentages, it's going to send you for a tailspin, right? You'll be like, oh God, he must know what he's talking about because he's saying all this stuff. Don't worry about all that. You go like this. As soon as they're done with their spiel, you go, if I'm negative $80,000, where's this money coming from that I'm supposed to invest in all these things? Where's it coming from? Because I physically do not have the money. So what money are you talking about that I should invest in all this stuff? Because I'm negative. Because you automatically know. You don't have to be a brain wizard. You don't have to be a mathematical wizard. Just know you're in the negative. And if they say that, or if you come to a financial advisor and he says, the kind you want, the kind of financial advisor you want this one. How much debt are you in? Oh, negative 80,000. Here, I'll create a plan so you can get out of that first. Get your finances in the black, and then we'll talk about investing because you have money to invest now because you're no longer in the black. It's that simple. You don't even have to be a math wizard. You just get it. This will help you determine if this financial advisor is looking out for your best interest. It's that easy because nobody's going to care more about your money than you. Nobody. Nobody's going to care more about your money ever than you. Believe that. That's my thought for today, and it was a long thought. You guys have a wonderful, like, subscribe, share, comment. I appreciate it all. This is my contribution to people. All right, you guys have a wonderful day.